Good evening, everyone. If you can hear me, let me know you can hear me. It's 10:30 in the evening, or it's a little later than that. Actually, it's later than that. Thank you for your patience. We try to be on time. Welcome to the first episode of a soul healing session. This episode is very special because I have Lavontraye Andrews on. I probably will not be doing a lot of question and answers today. We're going to talk, Lavontraye and I. We've been knowing each other for a while, and I want to honor and respect his time and space. Now, if he's open to doing question and answering, then we'll hit the comments up, and him and I will answer all the questions, but I'm going to give him the space to do that. All right. When we get back, we're going to run a commercial. When we get back, then we're going to jump into all the things Lavontraye Andrews. All right. I want you guys to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Connect. I do have the information for the 6-week Healing Within Soul healing session. I have the information all ready for that. So there's a lot that's going to happen today. So are you guys ready? All right. Are you ready? Let me know if you're ready or not. I want to see in the comments. Now, I'm going to do a magic trick too by changing my shirt when I get back as well. Let me know you're ready. If you're ready, I want to see in the comments, we ready. All right. I want to see we ready in the comments, and then we'll run that commercial. Okay. Kalandra says she's ready. Hey, B. Angie B, how are you? How are you? B. Angie B. TJ says they're ready. Okay. Oh, y'all moving slow in these comments. I'm going to play the comment game today. Sun Kiss says we ready. I'll wait a little bit. Maybe you guys need to get near your what's the names. Michelle Brown says she's ready. All right, there's 124 of you eyes on this live right now, and there's not enough readies, and I am not moving forward until I see readies bust these comments wide open. Are you ready or not? Because I promise you I won't move forward. If you know me, you know I'm really serious about that. Or maybe they're just coming in slow on my end. Sugar Love says ready, baby, ready. About 10 more readies after Sugar Love. Daryl says, hello, everyone. We ready. That's one. Missy says we ready. That's okay. There we go. 2, 3, 122 watching and 6 likes. Thumbs up. Yes. Like, share. 4, 5. We must got some Bush babies in here today. Just being me ready. Cedric ready. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So y'all are Bush babies. I understand. I get it. Everybody want to play it safe. But was that 10? Because I won't move forward. Let me see here. Hey, Sharon McNilla, see you on here. I don't know if that was 10 or not. Okay, Kitten Hill says ready. 144 of you on here. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Chosen One says ready, set, go. Okay, BB, I need a moment to go do a wardrobe change. So have your way with the adverts. And when we come back, I know we're taking our time. We've been doing a lot of production and things behind the scenes, so forgive us for being late. I'm stalling on purpose, but we're ready now. BB, run us those adverts. When we come back, Lavontraye Andrews is going to be on stage.
So as it is with Puffy, the same thing will start happening within the Christian faith. God is giving his people divine justice. Every scandal to be uncovered. Do not be surprised what you're about to see. Don't be surprised. God is tired of the nonsense. God is saying, do not be surprised that over the next 5 to 10 years, and even starting in 2024, that there shall be a great falling away, because there shall be leaders who were once great. They're going to fall to nothing.
I came in this business saying I was going to expose. It's God's side and the other side. All of these deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I would love for you to join our email community. In the description box of this video is a link. You click it, put your name and email address in the information, press submit, and you are going to be a part of our email community. But guess what? You got to check your spam box because there's a double opt-in. So you got to confirm that you truly meant to sign up. Would you like to be notified every time we go live? There's a simple way to do that. Join our free text club. All you got to do is text V Terrill Hill to this number, 833-458-3658. You just text it. Text V Terrill Hill to 833-458-3658. All right, this is the last announcement, and then we're going back to the content. I am gifted to help people become their best self, and I want to offer you a free consultation. There has never been one person that has had a free consultation with me that did not leave better than when they came, all right? All of that information I just went over is in the description box connected to this video. All right, let's get back to the content. All right. Thank you very much for your patience. Let's have a conversation. Unmute your mic, Lavontraye. That's important. There we go. How are you doing today, sir?
Man, I'm doing well, man. How are you, man?
I am doing good. I am doing good. You're out of town?
I am on the road, man. On the road. Yeah.
Okay. So let's substantiate some things real quick. How long have I been knowing you?
Since early 2006 is when we met.
2007.
2006, yeah, like first quarter 2006.
Gotcha. Because I know a lot of people might think that I'm bringing you on here as if we're strangers and we don't know each other, and I don't know. So I just want to substantiate right now what we're going to have is an old school Elder Hill and Traye conversation. and I do have some questions I want to ask you. Okay. Let's get into it because I don't want to belabor the time. Let's talk validation. Okay. How did it feel to be initially labeled a liar?
To be labeled a liar, it felt it was deflating, really. It's
Okay.
I lived through the experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so to live through an experience and then have people that don't know you at all
Right.
speak so definitively about your actual experience, it was like deflating. It felt defeating.
Right.
Yeah, so if I had to use a word, it would be deflating. Like it was tough, man. It was tough. It was definitely tough.
How did it feel, not just for people that didn't know you, because that's one thing, but talk about how it feels when it's people that helped raise you that call you a liar?
Yeah, that hit different too. Too. So like people that were around, like for them to decide that I was lying, it kind of affirmed what I already knew would be while it was happening. So like something that I talked about in one of those interviews at this point, I mentioned Reed always mentioning that if I ever said something about what happened, who would people believe, me or you?
Right.
And so that kind of connotation always stuck with me, even while living in the house with him. I always had that thought in my mind, like, well, if I say something, nobody's gonna believe me.
Right.
You know? And so for the people that were around to kind of validate what I was thinking would be.
Right.
It was like it was a separate type of injury because like the way I am or the way I was still, well, I'm a little different now, the way I describe loyalty. But back
Right.
then, the way I defined loyalty, it kind of broke like
Right.
what I believe loyalty to look like and the type of loyalty that I had available to anybody that I was connected to.
Right. Right. Right.
And
Right.
so yeah, that was tough. That was tough too.
All right,
Yeah.
now let's go back because we need to sculpture this because up until now, you haven't had anybody to help you sculpture the story because you've always talked to strangers. But
Right.
now we know what yesterday looked like.
Right.
So let's chat between you and I, if you're ready to, let loosen up a little bit about
Okay.
how things were. Because when I say the people that raised you, we're talking about literal. We're talking about literal relationships of people that taught you how to drive, who talked to you about deodorant and manly stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like this wasn't just deacon so and so, elder so and so. These were people that you considered what? Talk about that a little bit.
No, these were people that I considered like big bros. Chamaco in particular, I looked at him like a dad,
Mm.
you know. And so having those kind of dynamics, not Chamaco, Locklear, I looked at him like a big brother.
Yeah.
And that's really like Kendall, he was always like my little man, for real. Like I
Right.
never really looked at him like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was never that kind of dynamic with me and him.
Right.
But yeah, like to have the relationships, specifically Chamaco in particular,
Yeah.
that felt as an afterthought. Like when I started speaking publicly about it,
Right.
is when his whole demeanor changed, right?
Right.
Because over the years, we'd had several conversations,
So you
you
had
know,
several conversations with Chamaco about what happened.
about the specifics of what happened. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And so, when I spoke publicly is when it became an issue.
Mm.
And now he's struggling to believe what I'm saying all of a sudden when we've been having these conversations for years.
Right.
To the extent that like when I initially told him about it, he told me that he confronted Reed about it to where they almost went to blows.
Right.
Who knows what the story is, actual story. But
Right.
yeah, so
Right.
yeah, that was a different type of injury as well.
Right. Why do you think that they never, because I never got this answer. Why do you think they never told me?
Because of what you're doing now. Like you've always we've talked about this offline. Like I think out of all the people that were in the church, specifically the men,
Right.
you were the most independent thinker. So you were able to come to your own thoughts without the influence of reading.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And so anybody else, they had to gave them their perspectives. But you were able to kind of cultivate your own perspective independently.
Right.
And I think also just your discipline to honesty. Like I think you've always been the kind of person that if you hear something, you're gonna say something. That's what I've always believed about you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's why they didn't tell you. And then also as an afterthought, now that I know that you and Reed had this whole scenario going on, for him to mention that to you about me, that would create a whole other dynamic with you and him.
Right.
Because the transactions that was happening with you and him,
Right.
they paralleled he and I.
Mm.
So they were happening at the same time,
Right.
like without either of us knowing.
Right.
And so, because I can remember those nights of you going to his room.
Right.
You're right. When we were in the house together, I can remember the nights.
Yeah.
Of you going and
Yeah.
putting them to sleep kind of thing. I remember those nights.
Right.
And so to now have that reference be created into a whole nother something, yeah, that probably would have that would have disrupted a lot of what y'all had going on. So yeah,
Right.
that's probably another factor why he didn't tell you.
That's interesting. I still can't wrap my mind around it, and it's I hate it. One of the things that, and even when we talked this week, one of the things that bothered me when you shared some more information that you shared this week was I hate the fact that you felt abandoned because I was so in my own world. And as a matter of fact, I think it's best if we just have a conversation and we
Yeah.
not try to interview you, so we can just talk. Let's just talk.
Word.
Right. Now that I've spoken up, right? And I can see everything full picture. I think one of the things that bothered me the most is you didn't have nobody to speak up for you. And I
Mhm.
felt like we failed you as your mentors. I felt like we failed you as the church men who you were supposed to be trusting us. And if there's any regret in my silence as it relates to you, I wish that I even if they didn't want to speak up, I wish they wouldn't have said nothing at all. Because I can't imagine you watching these men that were supposed to help you live life better tear you down in the public space. How has that messed with your trust or your relationship building or anything like that?
Not at this point. Not at this point, because I know where to put it.
Mm,
I know where to put it. Like that was an error.
yeah.
And there were a lot of dynamics connected to that specific area that aren't in my life at
Right.
all at this point, not in
Right.
any way. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And so um, I have healthy relationships in my life now.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I don't have an issue with distrust
Right.
because I'm healthy enough to understand that what was happening in that particular church um, relationships, it was convoluted from the seed, man.
Mm,
Like from the seed, it was man. Like looking at it now, I'm just thankful that I even made it. To be
right.
honest, man.
No,
Like,
right, for sure.
cause wow,
Right.
like it was so much. It was so many things communicated to us subliminally,
Hmm.
and though I feel like that's what left the impact on everybody, not the things that were easily visible, like the
Hmm.
subliminal energies
Yeah.
that were unspoken of,
Yeah.
um, that we not most of us didn't even know existed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like the seed was dishonesty, all of it,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So like,
It was done at a micro level. It breadcrumbed. And before you know it, you got this thing inside of you telling you how to think, talk, and walk. And you don't even know where it come from.
right,
And then you don't even know how to get rid of it. You got to just chip it away. When you come out of a cult-like situation like that, you don't even know where to start. You just chip as it comes. Yeah.
yeah,
Let's talk because here's something that I want to lift real quick. Let's talk God.
okay,
You met these men at the church. This is supposed to be, no pun intended, the safe space, right?
yeah.
What did you have to say to God after all of this came out?
Oh, that's yeah. That's a good question, man. When I finally approached God, honestly, I
Mm,
feel like the experience was that I know the experience that I had um, with approaching God
mhm.
was a genuine experience because I really meant it,
Right.
right? I really meant it. My
Right.
heart was pure, my
Mhm.
motives were pure, and I think that was the grace.
Correct.
Had I not had that experience,
Correct.
I probably would be, I don't know. I don't know. I think I would because I don't know. I don't know where I would be had I
I,
not had that
I
experience.
wouldn't be breathing.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just going to
know.
say it. I'm going to say it for me. I don't know what you were saying that, but I'm going to say it for
Yeah,
me. If my heart for life and God was 2% less than genuine than what it was, there would be no Terrill Hill right now.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't mind saying that because it's the truth. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can't even put a stamp on it. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know, because like I went through a space of like blaming the culture that I came from, the church.
Mm.
And so and I that's like a whole another rabbit hole. Like it's a lot that I can pick apart um with the whole church experience that I like at this point I don't subscribe to.
Right.
But um yeah, man, I don't think it broke my God concept because of, like I said, my approach to God when I finally did it authentically and genuinely.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for it broke my belief in um it broke my belief in people to be
Mm.
who they say they are for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And so like a lot of times it took me so I guess that would be a measure of distrust.
Yeah.
Like it took me a while to I would vet what you say a little slower, who you present as a little slower,
Mm-hmm.
um, because I believe that this man to be a person that he wasn't in plain sight.
In plain sight. Absolutely. No,
You know,
and I don't think people realize that he was positioned. I think all of us was groomed early to honor the quote unquote man of God or woman of God. But
mhm,
then I think in those subliminal drops, there was this super honor that all of us had.
mhm.
Where I think we were talking about this a couple of days ago, how it was either listen to him or die,
Yeah,
listen to him or go to hell.
yeah,
And
yeah,
a lot of people might say, well, that boy was 17 years old or whatever your age was. He knew what he was doing. I don't think that the average person understands there's this kind of grayness in spirituality that allows evil people to master manipulate you,
yeah.
because the ask is that whatever they're asking you to do is connected to your alignment with God in a lot of ways. Yeah.
100%, man. I was listening to you the other day. You said something, and it was almost like PTSD
Mm, mm.
when you said
What
it.
did I say?
You said you said for a while, and I didn't even know
Mhm,
that like other people thought in this way that
mhm,
was a part of the church. But
mhm,
when you said it, I was like, wow. And I meant to mention this to Ash, but I'm sure she's on.
mhm.
But you said your God, um, you measured your your relationship with God by
Mhm.
how much money you had.
Uh-huh.
You remember saying that? Or something to that effect, like the way
Oh,
that.
oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that basically, if you were being blessed, that means God was sort of approving you. So when I came back because there was the money, I'm thinking, okay, well, he must be doing all right with God. He blessing them.
Right,
Yeah.
right, and like what that a few different people stuck out to me when you said that,
Uh-huh.
and so when you said that, I immediately went to anybody that gave substantial offerings.
Mm.
Consequently, and I say consequently on purpose,
Yeah.
they their relationship with God publicly was
Uh-huh.
affirmed
Uh-huh.
by Reed.
Mm. Mm.
Like so if you were a big giver,
Yeah.
then he was gonna make sure that people believed that you were someone that they could trust spiritually.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so when you said that, I was like, wow, because I remember having those same kind of thoughts. Like if I was struggling financially, I'm like, damn, like I'm
There's something wrong with my relationship with God. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
like
My
yeah,
money's
like
funny, my God is funny. Yeah.
yeah, like
Or
God
maybe I'm
ain't
just not
really
managing my money. How about that? Right.
right. So
Or not just that, but there would be some, and I won't call any names today, but there would be some men in the church that he would super favor in certain seasons and moments. And whoever those super favored men were, then they also had this kind of special thing on them, and you couldn't touch them. You couldn't
right,
touch them. Yeah, it was a thing.
yeah,
Are you a Christian?
no, no.
Okay. What are you?
I am I'm a spirit follower, man.
Okay.
I believe in believing in you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, I believe that's where you find God is in yourself. I don't
Uh-huh.
think God is outside of yourself.
Uh-huh.
Um, and wherever that lands you, it lands you. I don't marginalize that in any way. I just stay open to the fluidity of the
Mm.
possibilities of that. So I just believe in myself in a way that allows me to express
Mm-hmm.
and be honest and be open to expression in a way
Mm-hmm.
that I may not have been had I subscribed to a specific thought.
Gotcha.
So
Let me ask you this. Did this evolution in thought, was it connected to you being disenfranchised from the church by way of everything that happened?
ask that one more time.
In other words, the last time we were together, at least, you was a Christian.
Mhm.
Now you are a spirit follower, in your words, I believe you said. Was
Mhm.
this evolution or was this change in thought connected to you being disappointed by the Christian church you were in? Did what happened at Breakthrough have anything to do with this evolution or change in thought?
I'm sure it played a role because it's a part of the journey. Um, I think it wasn't like well, that didn't work, so I'm gonna do this kind of thing. I
Yeah.
think it was more of a evolving
Mhm,
part of just my specific journey.
mhm,
I think without that experience, I don't know if I would be where I am now.
mhm,
I think I needed it for reference. You
mm,
know what I'm saying? I think I needed it for reference because I don't believe that everything about that experience was bullshit.
mhm. Correct.
Right? I
Correct.
don't believe that. But
Yeah.
at the same
Same.
time, I feel like when personalities and agendas get involved, specifically with religion, I feel like all religion is agenda based,
Uh-huh.
and so because of that, that's the largest part of why I can't subscribe to it
Mhm,
because it's like there's an agenda, there's a reason for everything
mhm.
that may not always serve who I am specifically.
Right.
It serves the greater good, so of whatever the agenda is, and so
Right.
um, I ain't with that. You know what I'm
Got it.
saying? Like if I support the freedom to believe in whatever you want to believe
Whatever
in,
you choose to believe in. Yeah.
but yeah, I can't subscribe to it in that way.
Got it. Okay. I tell you, we're gonna run a quick commercial. I
Okay.
got some things to tell the audience, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about you as it relates to sexuality, specifically how you saw yourself as you had to come into terms that this had happened, and how people saw you, and did
Yeah.
they use sexuality as a weapon because you spoke out? Okay, we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to talk about how you went about your healing. All right. Okay, we're going to come back. I got to let's run a quick commercial, BB, and then we come back. We're going to finish this conversation with Lavontraye. I want to be set free sexually. I want the ability to explore my sexuality without being concerned about harming my spirituality. I want my spirituality and my sexuality to be one. I want to be okay pleasuring myself and be unashamed of feeling and exploring pleasure. I want to unlock the expression and creativity that can only be tapped in by understanding and exploring me entirely. I want my sexual life to be as healthy as my spiritual life. I want to free all people from living in a closet. All right, and we're back. Thank you so much for being with us this late evening. We're going to keep the conversation going out. Don't go anywhere. I must admit, and maybe I shouldn't say this, it might not be that professional, but I've been ripping and running all day. So it's going to take me a while to de-escalate and get into all the things, right? The
Word.
producer was like, hey, you need to loosen up a little bit. All right, bet. Give me a moment. I'm coming. Then when I start hollering and screaming, y'all gonna talk about me. All right. But before I get started, BB, did you create the lower third for the soul healing, thing? If you didn't, let me know really quickly, please. If you didn't, okay. If you are interested in the 6-week course, Within is How You Win. It's a 6-week soul healing course. They're going to be intimate classes. Text soul healing to 833-458-3658. All you got to do is text soul healing to 833-458-3658. All right. Click through the links. All of the stuff is there. You'll get a better experience if you take the link and put it on your computer. If you're on my email list, I'm going to be emailing it out tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning. So text it. There's only 50 seats available. So there's a lot of people that's going to watch this. So if you were looking forward, if you feel divinely called, if you feel like you need help, if you to come out of any kind of form of abuse, this is your opportunity to join now. Text soul healing to 833-458-3658. Okay. You come out and you say, Larry Reed has abused me and on some level, and we won't even get into the particulars right now. Okay. Lavontraye, Terry really likes your shirt. And did you feel like people weaponized sexuality or homosexuality or that boy is gay against you?
No, 100%, man, which is crazy to me. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Right? Like, cause like you said, it was a guy that commented on one of your videos, and you kind of had the same kind of response, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Like, and so for me to speak out about something that happened to me, one as a teenager, and then two, me describing it as something that my experience was abuse.
Can I stop you for a second?
Yeah.
Because I need to say something, and I'm serious about this. I don't care if you were 25 years old.
Yeah.
I don't care if you were 35 years old. Because I need to say that because this teenager thing, this age thing is brought into it and is demeaning to the victim. Almost as if you were 18, then, you were just old, life goes on. A pastor signs up to not touch the members, point blank, period.
Right.
If you were 75 years old, no pastor should be touching his members.
100%, yeah.
And I want to get that out of the narrative where you might feel like subconsciously you have to bring it up. Well, I was 16 or I was 17. I don't care if you was 100. It's the pastor's responsibility. You could have been throwing it at him 24/7. It was his responsibility to say no and put distance between you all.
Right.
So let me just get that out of the okay, I think I'm waking up now. Here we go. Let me just get that out of the conversation, period. And validate you. You do not have to prove your age. He was a pastor. Your mother gave you to us to raise you. If he was 22, he was still out of order. Okay, so I just wanted to get that out there. All right, go ahead.
No, I appreciate that. I appreciate that because I think on some level, I think I have wanted to defend the age thing on some level, maybe subconsciously.
Yeah.
So yeah, I appreciate you saying that. So, and you're absolutely right. It didn't matter what the age was.
Right.
And what's interesting, I think the reason that I probably felt the need to do that is because that was the narrative that he pushed. He didn't.
Correct.
It was less about pushing. Is what he said, is what he's accusing me of, accurate or false? It was more about, well, if it did happen, he was of age. That was the whole conversation.
And I have him on record saying that. He said, and I quote, the lawyer told me, if the boy was over 16, what the hell? Don't F with it. That's on record.
Insane, bro.
That's on that videotape.
That's insane.
And that's why I'm bringing it up, because now it causes the victim to have to add another layer of proof. Almost like you got to show your birth certificate. Yeah.
So, but to you asked me that I feel like people use it as a weapon. Absolutely, man. And that was really what took me so long to even speak out publicly, because I didn't want to deal with the ridicule of people saying that you're gay, right?
Mm,
Like you're gay. And so once I was able to get past that hurdle, I know what I'm not and I know what I am, right?
right, right.
And so once I was able to get to that place, that's when I was able to speak out about it. And so I'm okay. People are gonna be ignorant and say you're gay, that he's
Hmm.
gay, right?
Right.
I'm in the fashion, I'm a
Yeah.
musician,
Yeah.
I'm creative, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so there's a level of charisma and um expression that comes with that.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times if 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 you're less fortunate,
Yeah.
you'll 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 uh you'll assign a sexual preference to that because you're not familiar with the
Hmm.
experience of being creative, with
Hmm.
being, all the things, right?
Right. Right.
And so I think that's what has happened, man, in a lot of
Right.
different ways. So
Right.
um yeah, to see people say, oh, he's gay or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
it's like, yo, y'all are wow, man. If you really
Yeah.
knew me for real,
Yeah.
like, come on, bro.
But my
Like,
response to that is, what if I was? And I think that people are, excuse me, and maybe I shouldn't say that, and I might get a message. People are dumb
mm,
because if you were a flaming queen, does that mean you were supposed to be touched by your pastor?
right. That's the bigger point. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, like
That's true.
what does sexuality have to do with sexual
Yeah,
abuse?
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's almost the idea like if a woman get raped, oh, she was being fast, she was being a whore. It's the same kind of ignorance. And
Very
we
true.
got to stop doing
Yeah,
that. Same thing like somebody had said, well, are you sure you're not like a scorned lover? And I was like, well, if I was, what that got to do with the truth?
right,
Like one don't
right,
have nothing to do with the other.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you struggle within yourself? Did you question your sexuality?
Did I quit like as an afterthought, or you mean like
All of the
during?
above, before, doing, after, yeah. Or not before, after.
I never questioned my sexuality. I
Mhm.
questioned like why was I allowing this to happen to me?
Mm,
But if I liked women or men was never something that I'm like. The only time that I question my sexuality
right.
is when he was doing those like the tests,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so he was so adamant about like the way he was positioning certain questions.
Hmm.
Like it was suggestive. And so
Hmm.
because I was so at the time I was so easily influenced.
Right.
Um I'm like, well, should I be considering what you're saying more? Like I
Right.
believe like you know more than what I know. You like you know you're smarter.
Yeah.
You're the
Yeah.
spiritual leader.
Yeah.
Should I be thinking that? Right.
Right. Right.
And that was the thing. Like I'm like, I've never questioned my sexuality ever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But with the exception of that little
Yeah.
period when he was asking me all these, questions about the test and all that. But
Right.
nah, I've never questioned my sexuality, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Why do you think? Because you told me another story this, and you can tell if you so choose. I won't tell it. You told me another story this week, and after I got off the phone, I asked myself, why were they trying to groom him to be gay so bad?
Mhm.
Like, what was it that? And okay, let me tell you my thought. You told me a story
Right.
of someone who told you something confidential this week.
I'm
You
trying to
tracking? You
remember.
don't remember? I'm
So
hold on. I'm gonna put it in the private chat. Hold on one second.
okay, just say it. What you talking about so I can remember?
Oh, you sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't care about none of these niggas, man.
Oh
Like,
dear
just
God.
say what you
Okay,
gotta say. I
fine.
don't, yeah.
Maybe I care. Okay, hold on. You talked about Mako and the Jack app.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Oh dear
What?
God.
Okay.
We weren't supposed to be going this deep today. Okay, okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And when you told me that story,
Mm,
I said to myself, I said, why would he share that to him with him?
mm.
And then it made me think, were they what were they trying to do? Were they just so certain that you were a same gender loving? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, what did you ever question, like, why were they sharing all this stuff with you that they should not have been sharing?
So I didn't question it because that was a part of the grooming too, like which I now understand.
Yeah.
So a part of the grooming was, when you're around leaders, you have to be able to hear certain conversations and keep it
Keep it
quiet.
silent. Yeah.
That was a part of being mature.
Right.
As a son or whatever. Like that was
Yeah.
if you're able to do
Apostolic
that,
son.
yeah, like so like the
Yeah.
secrets. So
Yeah.
that makes you more special. You know what I mean? Like so like you're my safe space for me to just let my hair down,
Yeah.
when I can't talk to anybody else. So
Right.
so that was what I thought I was doing. So let's give that Jack thing some context so they know what the hell we talking about.
Okay.
So
Okay. I was trying to go past it. Go ahead. Go.
no, I'm just giving context.
Okay.
They like, what are you talking about? Okay.
Oh dear.
So
All right.
so Chamaco, when we first moved to Atlanta, he told me that he was he at the time I didn't even know what Jack was.
Uh-huh.
He said he was on an app called Jack, and he said I said, well, what you doing on these? I'm just posting pictures. He said, I just feel like I need some affirming. I'm like, okay, well, what kind of website is it?
Right.
He said, well, it's like you can see sexual stuff and all that. And the way he was talking, I knew it was a gay website.
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember asking him, I said, well, if you need affirming, because I'm like, if you with the shits, I'm with the shits with you. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna help you in whatever you with,
Let you
right?
figure it out. Yeah, right.
And so I'm like, okay. I said, well, if you need affirming, like, why are you on a gay website? Like, well, why don't you just go to a website? Because at this point,
put a goddamn selfie up on Facebook.
Oh yeah, right. Anything
Right.
other than posting your genitals all over the internet, right?
Yeah.
And so he was like, yeah, I just wanted to try it. And so we had this conversation, and then a few days after that, he was telling me that he I don't think I told you this part.
Right.
He ended up, I think he ended up deleting the app because the apartments they lived in Duluth.
Yeah.
So apparently the way the app worked is
it's GPS,
somebody
location.
Somebody that's close to you.
Yeah.
Like it'll pop up.
Right.
And so somebody in his building, like he was standing in, like popped up on the thing and was trying to like meet up with him, and they saw each other's face. So they exchanged photos. This is what he's telling me.
Hold on. He put his face up there?
He told me, well, I mean, hold on. Let me make sure I ain't lying on him.
I hope to God that boy didn't put his face up there.
I know he put, I know he told me, I know, because I never seen it. He just told me what it was. He told me he put a picture of his joint on there, of his penis.
Jesus Christ.
And I think maybe he didn't put a picture of his face, but he knew whoever the guy was that was close to him. He knew the guy's face, right? So I think that scared him, and then he got off of the app. So, but that was something that he shared with me, just on some, because like I said, he was like a dad to me too. Yeah, and so he shared that with me in confidence. Yeah, and it was a lot of things like those kind of moments that he shared with me. And to go back to the initial question, I never questioned it because I was groomed to believe that the position that I had in his life, in Reed's life, I was supposed to be able to have their secrets.
Correct.
And then not affect me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When I told Mako in 2005 about Reed and I, one of the first things he said was, do you know you could split this whole church up, tear this whole church down? And that stuck with me because in my mind, my very naive 25-year-old mind, I said to myself, if I say anything to anybody else, I can ruin the church.
Right.
So it was like, okay, don't ever. I told Mako in 2005 and didn't tell a soul, Lavontraye, until 2018.
Y'all was good, bro. I had no idea. And I'm in the house.
But the thing is, you're not supposed to know, because think about it. If I'm going to, okay, I think we're about to start talking in a second. If I'm going to massage his feet every day, then, and he always used to play his TV loud.
Right.
So he always used to TV loud, the blow dryer blowing. Right. So we would be right in there literally having sex. And then if we heard, I can't believe I'm talking about this because hold on, let me remember. Let me remember. And then if we heard y'all moving, you know, and you know, so if I ever came outside, what you doing? Go to bed.
That's what that was about?
Son. Jesus Christ. What the hell you doing?
Oh my God.
Clean the kitchen. Why are you in the kitchen for? The kitchen is closed.
Yo.
Things were going on.
Wow.
Absolutely. You turn that TV would be up, and that TV would be wide open all the time. And that blow dryer or a fan going or something that,
yeah.
you can't hear nothing but the TV. Yeah. And then he always had some kind of walk-in closet, sometimes doing the closet. So it was simple because the cover was that I was in there serving the man of God. Yeah.
Wow. Let me ask you this, VT.
Let's talk, brother.
So, do you remember the times that me and you would be up late? Like, in particular, like I remember the townhouse behind
the
Traye.
mall. Yeah.
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 So when we be sitting, I remember being in that room. That was because your room was like across from his, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And so we would be sitting, and this is when he was dealing with Jennifer.
Correct.
And so he would be talking to Jennifer late because she was in another time zone or something.
Correct. Yeah.
And then he would send you a AOL message or whatever y'all was communicating on.
AOL Messenger. Yeah.
AOL.
IM or whatever you call it. Yeah.
Yeah. He was tell you to tell me to come in the room. Do you remember that?
I don't really remember that. No.
Man,
well, you know,
man.
The gray areas, bro. I only remember blocks at this point. Yeah.
But those were some of the times, man. Like, cause like I would be, and then I don't even know if you realize this.
Yeah.
But you made it because of the you made it have value. Like for me, like so, like when he started dealing with me close.
Hold on. I would tell you, you're honored. You need to favor all that kind of caring. Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ. I would give you to speak. Now, Lavontraye, now you know the man of God, so and so and so. So you got to watch where you're going. I remember even fussing on you. Take that do-rag off. You traveling with the man of God. You can't be in Burger King looking like this. Yeah. Oh, God, I used to. Yeah.
You remember the time you showed me how you make his eggs?
Yes, with the cheese and the onions and all the things.
And with the 2 different pots and all
yes,
that.
Yes.
And it was all like the undertone of it was
honor.
You honor, but also it's a privilege to even have this level of access to even do this, right? And so
that sucks. That sucks so bad. Let me tell you why it sucks. I don't want to cut you off, but let me tell you why it sucks, Lavontraye. It sucks because that's real. Service is needed. And I was being serious when I was telling you that.
Yeah.
And that sucks because that was supposed to be a life lesson where you're supposed to go out, do your life honoring the elder in the village. That was the point of me telling you that, not knowing the man was doing that. So now you had an opportunity to learn, because that was my job, to teach you things you otherwise would not know as an elder in the village.
Right.
So I'm saying, when you as a young man get around somebody that knows more than you, have more than you, shut up, listen, glean.
Right.
You're supposed to take that experience and then you become an elder and teach the younger. But that got effed up. The experience got effed up because somebody didn't know how to control themselves. And that makes me mad, because to this day, I believe in honoring the elder. Yeah. And you got cheated out of an opportunity to apprentice with an elder. And that pisses me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think on some level, man, I think it may have I think it may have made the way I viewed being a leader at the time. I think it poisoned it, because
Absolutely.
like to what like the definition of what it is to be a leader,
Yeah.
because based off of what my reality was and the experience of my reality was,
Yeah.
to be a leader meant you have a grace
Mm.
to you have a grace to do wrong and not be punished for it.
That's what it was. That's what it was almost given. Yeah.
That was kind of like the
Mm-hmm.
connotation that I
Mm-hmm.
started to develop, like,
Mm-hmm.
because I even like because I grew up believing that divorce was a sin because I grew up in church,
Mm-hmm.
and so I remember this is probably the first time that I had this kind of thought specifically with Reed concerning Reed.
Mm-hmm.
I remember him saying that God told him to divorce Lisa,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I remember thinking like, well, why would God tell you to sin? That don't make sense, you
Right.
know,
Right. 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 Right.
as a kid, right?
Right.
And so, yeah, I think that it became this thing like with like who Reed was in particular. It was almost like he created this belief that like his relationship with God was special in a way that God understood. He would always
Right.
like he
Right.
would say
Right. Right.
stuff like God know me, God knows
Right.
who I am,
Right. Right.
you know. And that
Right.
like that, because God knows you, that excuses away the things that you're doing, you
Right.
know.
Right. 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 Like that's, and when people want to know, I'm glad you said that. And I'm sorry, I'm multitasking. I was talking to the producer over here. No disrespect.
Yeah.
Um, when people say, well, how could you have sex? You were enjoying it. They don't understand that how it was positioned with us was, if you were doing it with him, it's almost like God didn't see it.
Right.
Now, don't you be out there doing it, so and so out there in them streets and so and so at that school or at the job or whatever we were doing. But if it's with him, then somehow or another it was excusable.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Anything outside of that wasn't.
yeah, 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 yeah.
That's actually what that's why things that what's she saying? I think I seen Ash come up. Anyway.
Yeah. Mhm.
Um um I forgot what I was about to say.
My apologies. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Those lower thirds were
Uh
going in and out.
yeah, I forgot what I was about to say.
Mhm. Oh no, and I think people find it hard to believe that. People find it hard to believe that um, you can be manipulated like that. But you can literally be manipulated to do wrong and feel like it's okay as long as it's with the man of God.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Hmm.
So that was how um I was a large part of why the interactions were happening,
Hmm.
because he told me like if I was ever feeling horny, like to not masturbate. He
Hmm.
was like, 'cause, like if you masturbate, you're gonna catch a
Right,
demon.
right, 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 right,
You
right,
know what I'm saying?
right.
So he was like, don't matter, like call me and
Mm.
then I will help you through that process.
Yeah,
So it's safe.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
That was the undertone. So it definitely created a dynamic that as long as I'm with him,
Right,
it's a safe space. Like
right.
God is not going to punish me
Yeah,
because I'm with him. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And let
And
me
I,
be clear about this too.
uh-huh.
Me and Reed never had sex. That was like that was a whole something that was kind of getting a
Right,
narrative that was created. We never that wasn't a thing.
right.
It was I never touched him at all.
Hmm. Hmm.
Never touched him. He did things to me.
Hmm.
That was the extent of our interactions. We never
Hmm.
physically had sex. So
But let me be clear. It don't matter.
it don't. But
And
I'm
like, and like I told him in that car, okay, you said you didn't do it, but you said you had conversations with him about it. You're wrong. You're straight up wrong. So,
that's something that I've noticed about Reed too. He gonna tell the truth a little bit.
just
If
enough to appease the dummies.
if he tell the truth a little bit,
Yeah.
just know it's a big ass something behind that.
Let me tell you
If he
something.
say if he say the truth a little
Uh-huh.
piece, like
Right.
it's a whole lot he's saying.
Let me tell you something
Right?
he said
Like
about his family. He said, my family's not but liars. So if they tell a little piece, you need to know there's a whole lot more up under what they're saying. What I come to find out is that's what he used to say all the time. And I won't call no names, but you know, we know who. But at any rate, and now that I'm looking back, all the things that he always said about his family, he is.
100%.
All the things he said about his family, why he don't like to go back home and da, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. All right. We're going to take a break real quick. I think we're going to take a break real quick. And then when we come back, let's talk about some lighter times. Let's talk about some Elder Hill and Traye times real quick. All right.
Okay, word.
All right. All right. We'll be right back. I would love for you to join our email community. In the description box of this video is a link. You click it, put your name and email address in the information, press submit, and you are going to be a part of our email community. But guess what? You got to check your spam box because there's a double opt-in. So you got to confirm that you truly meant to sign up. Would you like to be notified every time we go live? There's a simple way to do that. Join our free text club. All you got to do is text the Terrill Hill to this number, 833-458-3658. You just text it. Text the Terrill Hill to 833-458-3658. All right, this is the last announcement, and then we're going back to the content. I am gifted to help people become their best self, and I want to offer you a free consultation. There has never been one person that has had a free consultation with me that did not leave better than when they came, all right? All of that information I just went over is in the description box connected to this video. All right, let's get back to the content.
So as it is with Puffy, the same thing will start happening within the Christian faith. God is giving his people divine justice. Every scandal to be uncovered. Do not be surprised what you're about to see. Don't be surprised. God is tired of the nonsense. God is saying, do not be surprised that over the next 5 to 10 years, and even starting in 2024, that there shall be a great falling away because there shall be leaders who were once great. They're going to fall to nothing.
I came in this business saying I was going to expose. It's God's side and the other side. All of these deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate you for hanging there with us. We got Lavontraye Andrews on here. Lavontraye, you good for a little while longer?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm good.
All right. All right, cool. Let's talk about some lighter. But before we do, those of you guys, I got 50 slots for the soul healing 6-week course that I'm going to be starting June the 8th. All right. June the 8th. The sign up ends June the 7th, that Friday, if I'm correct. And then we'll start the 6-week course. You have an opportunity to start on Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. And then every Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, moving forward, we'll be talking with you guys. You're going to get, again, the 6-week session. You're going to get one 45-minute one-on-one consultation with me. You're going to get 2 months of the private community, and you're going to get the book. The courses end around July the 15th or something like that. And the book will be coming out right after that. You're going to get the book for free and whatever else I can throw in there to make sure that it's worth your while, okay? If you want the link to sign up, text Soul Healing to 833-458-3658. Soul Healing to 833-458-3658. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. All right, let's get into. All right, Lavontraye. Give me a story, an old school Hill and Traye story.
Y'all going to the house to fight that man?
Hold on for a second. Hold on. Hold on. That's my producer. Okay. Hang on. He said, y'all going to the house to fight that man.
Oh, you talking about?
Tell the
Oh,
bad story. Hold on for a second. Hold on. Tell that story real quick.
oh my God. Okay. So that's hilarious, bro. You told him about that. Okay. So you had a, I don't know if you remember. Well, I'm sure you do. It was a white girl that was renting from you.
Uh-huh.
It was a little skinny white girl.
Uh-huh.
And because I was with you when you gave her the keys.
Uh-huh.
She had the cash on hand and she was ready to go.
Right.
So this was, I don't know how much further after that. So I remember, I can't remember where I was coming from. And this is one of those examples of if you with it, I'm with it, and I'm a ride. Like be like that was kind of how my mentality was in that space. And so I think they weren't paying the rent or something.
Right.
And
you're good. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. They weren't paying the rent or something, and so he said, this guy he's sitting over here at my house and he not on the lease and all that, right?
Right.
I said, well, let's go over there and get him out then.
Right.
He's like,
Right.
like, I don't even know how old I was at the time. And I said, well, let's go get him out of the house then. And then you was like, all right, let's go, right? And so you had that focus, that Ford Focus at the time, that little hatchback. So we ride it. We get over there, and I grab the crowbar out of the back of the car.
Right.
And so we pull up, and we get out the car. You knock on the door, and the guy he isn't coming to the door, but he's like talking through the door, and he started kind of making little gestures of threats, like he was going, man, you come in here,
Right.
And so I start kicking the door, but I'm riding on your energy. I'm like, okay, he obviously really want this cat out of here.
Right.
So I'm like, so he with it, I'm with it. If he gonna be with it, I'm gonna be with it. And so I'm kicking the door, and I think the cops ended up coming, right?
Yeah. What happened was, okay. All right. So
remember, it's kind of foggy, but
what happened was, I thought Lavontraye, see, I'm a church boy. Lavontraye's supposed to be the hood rat from Rayford. So I'm going to kick the man out of my house, and Lavontraye talking about, yeah, let's go. So I'm thinking, if something go down, Lavontraye gonna be fighting for me. So Lavontraye,
you thought I was gonna be fighting for you?
Yes, I don't know how to fight.
But I thought we were gonna be fighting together, man.
Oh, you didn't have the Holy Ghost. So Lavontraye goes and get a crowbar or something out the trunk, right? You don't remember?
For me?
Yes.
Oh no, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and so anyway, we go knock on the door, boom, 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 boom. So it's the dude's boyfriend in there, and he like, I ain't leaving or something like that. I'm like, you need to get out of because I'm big up in it, because you there.
You be gashing it, bro. I swear, this cat, man, you turned into 8 feet tall that day, bro.
I was like Mighty Mouse. My 5'8" self going upstairs. You better get out of my house.
I'm sitting there like, boy, this cat is crazy for real, bro.
For us to get back to the car, and I think I said something like, whoo, boy, I was scared. And Lavontraye was like, you scared? I was scared too. I'm like, what you was scared for? You supposed to be fighting. Not knowing both of us. Well, go ahead.
I think what made me scared is because I wasn't sure how you was going to respond.
Oh, gotcha.
Like your energy was so high. I'm like, we going to jail. This cat finna start shooting or something finna happen. Like I just knew something was gonna happen. So
right. Yeah, that was a good one. That was good. See, didn't I try to burn you out the house, burn you out the car with the heater, or was that one of the other ones?
That was me, man. That was me, bro. That was me. He said, God, you so petty, BT. Oh my God. He was like, because I was eating a honey bun.
And I asked for a piece of it, wasn't it, or something like that?
Yeah, I asked for a piece. Oh. And we both were the same level of stubborn at that point. And so you said, well, if you don't give me that honey bun, I'm turning this heater up. And I'm in the back and I'm just eating and sweating like it.
It was like summertime in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I had the heat on high. Talking about you gonna die if you don't give me that honey bun.
Blasting. You talking about all I do for y'all, and you ain't want to give me no piece of honey bun.
I know I said it too. I know I said it. Oh God.
Man.
Those were some good times. I hate that they were so bothered. They were tainted. I thought I was the only one.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. So you get kicked out of the church for having sex with Ashley. That's just straight up, straight down. What's going through your mind when you know the same person that kicks you out the church wanted you to masturbate with him?
What's going through my mind?
Like when he said, okay, you got to leave. Go ahead.
I don't think I thought about it in that way.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think I thought about it in that context. I was just excited to be able to be with my little shorty, man. For real.
Really?
Like that was, yeah. Like
so you didn't think about it from the perspective of hypocrisy or anything?
Not in that way. Nah, I didn't.
Wow.
I didn't, man. Nah, I think it was more of it was like I'm free. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like cause you gotta think, like when I met y'all, like I was an athlete. Like a really good athlete. I played ball really well. Come on, baby, let them know. But yeah, I played basketball, and
Hold
so
on for a second. I lost your audio. Hold on for a second.
Okay.
I'm having a hard time over here today, guys. Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you fine.
Hold on for 1 second. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can't hear you at all. Hold on 1 second here.
Yeah.
What the old folks say, the devil busy today. Hold on for a second. I don't know what happened. All right, talk.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can't hear anything you're saying.
You want me to go out and then come back in? Go out and come in?
I can hear you. You can hear me, though.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all hold on 1 second here, okay? Hold on 1 second. This is so stupid. All right, let's, the thing is, I can't hear anything. It's like I've lost all sound on my end.
Okay, they can't hear me, though.
All right, I tell you what, let's run a quick commercial real quick and I'll figure it out. Let's run a quick commercial, BB. I would love for you to join our email community. In the description box of this video is a link. You click it, put your name and email address in the information, press submit, and you are going to be a part of our email community. But guess what? You got to check your spam box because there's a double opt-in. So you got to confirm that you truly meant to sign up. Would you like to be notified every time we go live? There's a simple way to do that. Join our free text club. All you got to do is text V Terrill Hill to this number, 833-458-3658. You just text it. Text V Terrill Hill to 833-458-3658. All right, this is the last announcement, and then we're going back to the content. I am gifted to help people become their best self, and I want to offer you a free consultation. There has never been one person that has had a free consultation with me that did not leave better than when they came, all right? All of that information I just went over is in the description box connected to this video. All right, let's get back to the content. All right, say something.
Yo.
Bet. All right, I don't know what the devil that was. I'm going through it today. You know what? Let me tell you what. Let me tell you, this is the honest to God truth.
What was that?
You don't bat 100 every day, and I
thanks.
don't think I'm batting 100 today.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I dig it, man. I dig it.
I don't like that. But you know what? I'll survive the storm.
For sure. You got in-ears?
Yeah, in-ears. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's talk about February the 15th.
February 15th.
I dropped that video.
Okay. Okay.
What happened? Where were you at? What did you think? What did you feel?
Lord have mercy. Man, yo, shout out to Darren Moore, man. That's my man, yo. That's my man, 50 grand. That's my man, yo, for real, bro. So I was in Miami, actually. Right. I was in Miami. And I was half asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And Daryl texted me the link to the video. Mm-hmm. And I seen he had in all caps, Vincent told it all. Right? Right? And I'm like, okay,
I know Daryl pressure was on 500. I know he was probably texting everybody.
So I'm literally half asleep in the hotel. And so I'm still I hit play on the video on my phone. I'm just kind of, listening. And you said, for the last 13 years, I have been having a sexual relationship with Larry Reed. Boy, I jumped out the bed. I said, what? And then it just went from whatnot. Now I'm looking at Nathan. I don't even know what the hell to call this man. I'm looking at Locklear naked body on the phone, and I'm literally losing my mind, bro. Like I'm like, what in the world is happening right now? And for me, bro, once I got over the shock of what was because it took me a second to digest what she was saying. I had to watch the video several times, right? And once I really realized what was happening, man, it was like a weight that I didn't even know was present. Was lifted off of me, man.
Right.
Because it's one thing for people that don't know you to say I support you and I believe you and to validate your experience when they're outside of, the specifics of what went on. But for somebody that was there in the house, a part of the whole culture that I was a part of, to speak out in that way, man, that was good barbecue, man. I needed it.
Yeah.
I needed it, bro. Yeah, it was perfect timing. I needed it. Yeah, that was a moment for me, for sure.
Yeah. And I didn't it was too much going on at the time to fully understand the impact it was going to have on you. Honestly, honestly speaking, I was looking at it from me. I owed you something. I didn't even consider what it would feel like for you, how would it feel like, or any of the emotions. So I was doing it because I was obligated. I should have done it, right? So then to hear you say that a weight fell off of you when you said it the first time I heard you say it, it shook me a little bit. Like I never considered that he would get some kind of emotional reprieve by this video. I never considered it. What do you think about? Do you think there are other victims?
Oh, 100%. I know they are. And I remember. I can't remember where I heard it, but I remember this was some years back. I was listening to something. It was something that he was talking on, and he made the statement that I would ask him about. He said I was very interested in his sexual experiences with men, and I remember like at the time I remember thinking like, why would he? Like I ain't never asked you about nothing with men. Like what are you talking about?
Right.
I remember thinking he was just like blatantly lying, right? And because he did a lot of that too, like stuff that just made no sense. Like why? That's a horrible lie. Like why would you like that? No, it didn't happen at all, right? And so the more I thought about it, I can remember asking him questions trying to rationalize what my experience was.
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember asking him, I said, like I asked him in this way, I said, are there other Trays in your life? Like, have you ever had any? Because the way he would position what he was doing with me was like it was very specific to my journey and getting me to a certain place.
Right. And
so I'm like, I always question like why does it take this to get me there though? Like why is it taking these measures to get me to where I'm supposed to be? And so I would ask him, like, were there other people that have been in your life or currently in your life,
right,
that you have the same experiences with or same kind of dynamic with? And he said it in a way, I wish I could remember how he said it verbatim. I can't remember verbatim, but I remember him saying he validated me in a way by saying that I was the only me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But there were he's had other people come into his life that he's had to help in similar ways. That's the kind of, and I think he was able to hear my questioning and understand why I was asking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he thinks that many moves ahead. So I'm thinking maybe that's what he was connecting when he said that moment.
Yeah.
Because I was never interested in like you doing sexual things with men. Like why would I ask you about that?
Yeah. Yeah. He was. I don't know him now, but at that time, Larry was good at making every one person feel like they were the only one, like it was you and him. And so then he had this entire world going on around. And normally, how you would find out if there were other people that had the type of relationship, because then those people would get jealous, because there's always a jealous thing going on around there too. Always a jealous thing. When you were spending time with Larry, then Kendall would be on his head. And then if it was Kendall, then you would be like, well, where's Apostle at? Or if Larry took me somewhere, then I get word that, okay, well, why he'll always going. And it was set up like that to everybody pining after him, wanting his attention, wanting his validation. And he did a good job at making people feel individually slighted when he didn't pay them attention. Like, and why I say that is because common sense say, if you're a pastor, you cannot give everybody everything. But he made himself like he was one for the one. And so then you got all these people doing weird things for attention, crying and throwing fits and, all the things, well, who ride with Apostle back to the house and all of those crazy things.
Insane. Yeah.
And I remember we were in Miami. This was in 2021 when you and Daryl were doing your interviews. We were in Miami. And it was Kendall, Chamaco, myself, Locklear, and Larry. We're standing somewhere. They're saying, well, he was trying to be like you. He was trying to dress like you. I was looking. I'll never forget. I said, we all was. What are y'all talking about? And, they were looking at me like, no, he wasn't.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, y'all look crazy. Because you know me, I'm just going to say it. I said, y'all not well. Like, how are y'all going to, the things they were saying about you was how we all acted about Larry. If he cut his hair, everybody cut his hair. If he grow his hair, everybody grow their hair. If he changed his suit, everybody changed their suits. If whatever Larry did, we all did. But then they hop up on the internet talking about he was really just possessed with him and he was this. We were groomed to be that way.
Insane, man.
And in a lot of cases, in my opinion, it's still like that.
Yeah.
So, like, and those interviews were dumb. Those interviews were dumb that when they went on Conscious TV and that thing. And I was supposed to go on there and I didn't. See, a lot of people talk about me being quiet, but I had opportunity to talk. But let me tell you this, if you can't say the truth, shut the hell up. Ain't nobody had to get on Conscious TV and say none of that stuff they said because number one, they were not there.
Yeah.
I'm like, here. So how can you be so sure Larry didn't do it?
Yeah.
And most of those people had some kind of sexual improper relationship with him. So nobody was using, if I had enough sense not to crawl myself up on Conscious TV platform, all of them did. And I'm going to say this on record. Y'all got blood on your hands. And I want to say this on record. And I've been saying it. I said it last week. I'm going to say it this week. You don't conveniently wash blood off after the sink ship. The ship sinks, excuse me. Now ain't the time to be like, okay, now that the whole regime is failing, now you want to come out talking about, I'm sorry, Lavontraye. That's too convenient. After I released that video, that February the 15th video, it's 44 minutes of truth. And every single person in that video know it's the truth. Lachlan know he done did something with Larry. Kendall know he did something with Larry. Chamaco know he did something with Larry. You know it.
Freaky, man.
So you withholding the truth now when the truth is already out there, you're going to get it. You're going to get it real good. All right, go ahead, because I'm going to start fussing.
Nah, that's like, and that's like the delusion though. Cause like you'll literally be in, cause we like, think about this. Like, and I saw Javer is on, right?
You said who's on?
Javer, I saw him in the comments earlier.
Oh, okay.
And so I remember doing this with him.
Oh, that's him right there. My mouth was too reckless, especially when you guys recording the girl. I'm proud that you guys are standing in your truth. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I remember the little back and forth that he probably doesn't know this, but anytime he would have something going on with Reed or like they would get into it or whatever, he would always tell us. And he would be like, don't deal with him and don't talk to him, that whole thing. And that was his way of like what basically the things that he would say that Javer was accusing him of
was really the truth. Now you look back,
it was absolutely the truth.
Yeah.
But the point I'm making is what validated his experience of what he was accusing Reed of doing is our reality that we were living with our own experiences.
Didn't even see it,
but didn't even acknowledge it. Like well, if he doing it to me,
yeah,
you got to be doing it to somebody, somebody else. Kind of, we didn't even see it in that way.
You see people like Javer as, why do these devils get out the church? They just always causing confusion,
right?
And I that's why I say what I say directly, hoping you talk straight. Sooner or later, it's going to get in like, hold on a second. 1 + 1 is 2.
Right.
Just point blank, period. You can get mad at me all you want, but what you can't say is I'm not telling the truth. And you got to feel it. Yeah. You might be mad at me right now, but you'll be all right. They might be upset with me right now. They'll be all right. But the reality is, if this is a spiritual work, just in case this is a spiritual work, and this is an opportunity, if this is truly a season of exposure, there is a window, Lavontraye, that is open for all of them to tell the truth. One of the generals I would call resigned Saturday. It was announced on their platform Wednesday. I won't call names. I'm trying to be nice today. And I heard how he left. He left in peace. All is well. Ain't no, everything go good. Okay. And I said to the producer, I said, he's going to have to do his work all over again.
Yeah, that's wild. Because
you misled people. The people that are listening to your voice. How are you leaving? Because come on, let's be real. This is not a coincidence. You resigned on Saturday in the middle of the docuseries. It's not a coincidence. So it's not safe enough for you to stay, but then you're going to advise the followers to stay. You're going to do your first works over again.
What?
That was in the closing thing, and almost like, and spiritualizing, and God is good and growing, and they all congratulating him and all this kind of stuff. And it's in a way to say, I'm not leaving because things are bad. But the reality is you are leaving because things are bad, and you're misleading innocent people by making it seem like you're not leaving because things are bad.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're listening to this, you're going to have to do that again, because that's not right. You don't do people like that. If you ain't staying, why are you making it all right for everybody else to stay? All right. I just had to get that off my chest.
And we talked about this earlier in the week too, but I want to say this, and hopefully he'll see this, and he's so nosy. I'm sure he will.
He's gonna be all over this YouTube streets.
Well, I swear. But Chamaco Bryant, and I've said this on other platforms, like, I had a deep love for Chamaco, man. Like I would have taken a bullet for Chamaco. And I feel like his response, probably on the onset, his response hurt me the worst.
I bet.
It hurt me the worst because, like I said, we had so many different conversations.
Right.
And then separate from the conversations about Reed, the dynamic that we had cultivated between each other as like son and a pops. He was really like a dad to me, for real. For real. I excused away a lot of things because of my love for him.
Right.
But ultimately, I was of the belief that he really loved me, right? And really cared about my well-being. That was my belief. And so, seeing the way he has responded over the years, man, extremely disappointing, man. Extremely disappointing.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my wife, and she brought up this point. We was talking about this. Is what I mentioned to you.
Are you and your wife still married?
Man, yes, man. Who like was that? Is that a narrative going around that we're not together?
It was told to me by him in 2022, because the last time we talked, that you and Ashley got a divorce, and he's been told in that lie, because one of the clips we were going to use for the docuseries, he was like, and Lavontraye Andrews and his then wife. That's how you know he's losing his grip, because he's starting to peddle the little crazy lies now.
Yo,
like he losing his grip, Lavontraye.
That's yo.
Yeah.
Nothing has been more secure in my life than my marriage.
Yeah.
That woman has stuck beside, she in the comments. That woman has stuck beside me through some of the darkest times of my life.
Yeah.
We've never even considered divorce ever. Like, it's never even been on the table.
Right.
So when I heard that clip, and we me and her laughed about it, because I did hear him say his then wife. Like, what do you mean his then wife? What that even mean? Like,
yeah, and he put emphasis on then.
Yeah,
on then wife.
Like,
yeah.
What you talk about? Like,
but it's Lavontraye, I remember a time where we would talk about people that's acting how Larry is acting right now. Look at them, just all over, just cutting the food, just lying, and just act. What we say, acting low. Did we say something like low, acting low, or something like that? I forget the term when you're low and oh god, what was the term? Something about low. At any rate, it's amazing.
I know what you're talking about. I think you're talking about
Yeah, but the way he's acting now is totally opposite of the kind of breakthrough standard. You know, like we don't sweat, we don't rah rah rah, and now he going around just going on sites that have less subscribers than he do. Something Larry Live would never do is be in comments, not guest, in comments windmilling. And then peddling lies. Like not the big juicy lies that probably need to be peddled to protect your reputation, the small lies. Like I
In
spent
2022, he told you he was what?
this man told me the matter of fact, the April 2022 was the last time I saw Larry Reed. He
circling
said,
the train.
you say what now?
Laughing at.
Oh, he's circling.
That's something Daryl would say about Reed. So he's circling the train.
Listen, it just he's somewhere getting his battery charged right now. He's gonna be all next week.
I swear.
Just go, and it's pointless because the truth always wins.
Yeah.
But anyway, April 2022, he said to me in my face, this is the last time we met. He said, I hired a private investigator to follow Lavontraye around. I'll never forget, because I said, well, Jesus Christ, isn't this over? Like, I know you're obsessed with this thing. And the private investigator allegedly found out that you and Ashley had divorced. And that's what he was telling me. Yeah.
Bruh. What do you put? And that was because, like, when they served me paper, when the white guy served me papers, it was in the middle of a sound check. He was sound checking at this venue in right outside of Charlotte. And so if he was basing us not being together off seeing her with me, because I travel a lot.
Right, right.
So if that's what he was, because she doesn't travel with me when I'm on the road.
Right.
So maybe that's what he was like. I don't know. I don't know.
But he peddling to that thing just as bad as I'm on coke. Now, if you know me and my nose and my allergies and how I blow my nose.
Right.
You got to understand, I keep tissues like this around me at all times because all I've done is blow my nose. Still, okay. See what I'm saying? Now, that's not planned. Lavontraye knows me. All my life, I've had to keep tissues around me.
It's gonna be a hard piece of tissue somewhere. Jesus. You remember that time you blew your nose and chicken came out?
Lavontraye. So you're doing too much.
Oh man.
You're doing too much now. That ain't what you're supposed to do.
This here, boy, it's different. It's different, bro.
So you know that. So you know I cannot physically. Anybody that knows me know I am not physically able to snort crack. No, and 100%. William McRae was peddling that lie, but who cares about William McRae? But then when I read Larry put it in the comments, I said, oh, he's down bad.
That's insane.
He is like gutter, low level, down bad right now. And it's unfortunate. All right, let me give the chicken context. Okay. I was eating some chicken fried rice. Somehow or another. No. Tell the story the right way. This was 3 days later, man. Okay, this wasn't the same day. Listen,
like,
the people might get mad at me, but I would take you right off this platform. You pipe right on down. This is my goddamn story that I will tell how I so choose. All right.
I'm just saying, man.
Okay, so what happened was, Deborah, I'll eat chicken fried rice, right? Somehow or another, probably knowing me talking, the chicken went up my nasal passages and got stuck somewhere back there. And I blew and blew and blew. And one day I blew and it said ploop and came out of my nose. One of the many Elder Vincent Hill stories. It's a real thing. And that has happened to me a couple of times. I don't know why. Yeah, Terry, it's bad. Well, I don't know why, but it happens sometimes. But if you know me, then you know I am not physically capable. And Larry knows that. You know that. Everybody knows that. So that said to me, but I'll say this. When Larry, that moment I had, we were doing something, one of the producers, and we were going through comments or something. And when I read that he said that I have only had sex with him twice, when I first met him and when my ex-wife divorced, I've seen this man lie on people before, but it hit different when he lie on you. Up until then, he was saying disgruntled co-worker, disgruntled contractor, all the blah, blah, blah stuff nobody care about. But to see him blatantly lie like that, it took me back. I had to pause for a second. I said, oh God, this man is really evil.
Yeah.
This man's down bad evil. Because you don't want to believe it. Honest to God, you don't want to believe it, but it's the truth.
No, facts,
All right,
man.
let's talk soul healing real quick, and then we're gonna get on out of here. Thank you so much. Thank y'all so much. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. I appreciate you guys having patience with me. I've been working on this course all day long, and I didn't want to be late, so I was in the juxtaposition of let's start at 11 o'clock and let me jump on. I wish I would have just taken a break to catch myself, but I hope you guys are enjoying this nonetheless. And if you're not enjoying it, you will be okay. I promise you. I think we'll survive the storm. Let's talk soul healing real quick. All right. Therapy. Did you go to therapy?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I did, man. It was a couple different times actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's something that I'm still open to still
Mm-hmm.
to this day.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my therapy has been like shadow work though,
Mm-hmm.
on my own.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I actually went and sat and had conversations too. So
Do you think that you have fully forgiven, not just Larry, but the breakthrough experience?
fully forgiven,
Mm-hmm.
I literally was able to decide that like about 6 hours ago.
Well, shit. Hold on. What?
Yeah.
Okay, do tell. What's up?
I was like, so earlier today, I was meditating. I've been trying to be really intentional, knowing that I was gonna have this conversation.
Yeah.
And so I remember I text Ash. I was talking to her, and I texted her and I said, I think I just had my I won moment, like your
Oh.
video, right?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
And I was, and my I won moment was I'm free.
Yeah.
And like it brought me to tears, right?
Okay.
I was sitting in water earlier,
Uh-huh.
and I said, "Wow, man!" Because and what gave me the affirming of freedom
Yeah.
was the fact that, like, even in this dialogue, I bet people assume that we were gonna come on because I got it in the bag. Like I can go there.
Guns
You know what I'm
loaded.
saying? You
What?
know what I mean? Like
What?
I can go there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Right.
at this point, Larry Reed is his own judgment, bro.
Yes.
Like, and so like me, I
Yes.
don't care what I say. Like, it's no comparison to what he's created for himself. You
Absolutely.
know. So
Yeah.
like that part isn't even as important to me at this point. Like
Yeah.
now, it's more of um, moving forward, but
Yeah.
also um, when given the opportunity, be clear about where I am,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And that's kind of that was the moment for me. Like when he came to my mind,
Mm-hmm.
the experience that my body had
Mm-hmm.
was not the same.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Like I didn't feel that thing here, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
like even in the video in the video, the interview that I did with Tasha.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at it, and I think my
Mm-hmm.
wife pointed this out.
Right.
I can't remember, but somebody pointed this out. If you look at that interview, like I was still working through my healing, and
Right.
and I'm still of the belief that healing isn't necessarily always an event.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I'm open to more levels of healing
Yeah.
as it relates to this as well.
Yeah.
But looking at that video, when I would talk about certain things with Reed,
Mm-hmm.
I would cross my leg almost to
Mm.
like hide myself.
Mm.
And I didn't pick that up until after I looked at the video again, because it had been a long time. I went and
Right.
looked at it.
Right.
I'm like, wow, like I'm literally in real time having a physical
Or
reaction to
the
what I'm talking
changes.
about. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like being able to see that in real time, like
Yeah.
objectively in that way,
Yeah.
like wow, man. So
Yeah. I love that.
yeah,
I love
I'm
that.
not in that space anymore. So
Yeah.
that has a lot of value to me. So
No, absolutely. I think there's a time that you should take time to be pissed off, mad, cuss everybody out, fuss everybody. I think there's a time to be angry. I think there's a time to be mad. I think there's a little bit of time for a little bit of get back if you can.
yeah.
But then after that, you got to focus on you. Let me tell you what I think the biggest mistake people that are abused or hurt make. They get so focused on the person that hurt them that it's like they magnify the negative in their life. They get zeroed in on. So for me, let's look, I'm just going to focus on Larry. Larry, this. When I get off of here, I'm going to have a 2-hour conversation about Larry. And then I'm going to call you and text you. Ain't he so stupid? Then I'm going to go on his page and look at his stuff and get mad all over again. And then I wake up tomorrow morning and see if God got him and God ain't. I'm mad at God. And then we just do nothing but attract bad to us. Not because we're bad, but because we're stuck in the loop.
Right.
But there has to be a time where it ain't about that no more.
Yeah.
There has to be a time where the person doesn't matter anymore. And this is the time where it's time to be like, you're dust. Not your dust because you're my enemy. You're dust because you really don't matter anymore. Yeah. And unless you've walked in our shoes, you'll never really understand the I won moment. You'll never understand that I won moment. Because yeah. Somebody said, get back. Yeah, absolutely. There are some times, if the situation allows within the law of the land and sanity, if you can get it while you can, because I think there's a space and time as you're going through your healing where you can talk your smack, you can do what you need to do. But then there's a time you got to wash your hands off of it and walk away so divine justice can take its place. Because if you stay around it when divine justice comes, you're going to get hit too. Right, Ashley? We won. And so I love that. I love that a lot for you, Lavontraye. What's next for you?
Man, what's next for me is just continuing to grow and do what I'm doing, man. Like I work in the music space, obviously. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
That pays attention to this storyline. And focusing on my marriage, man. And, like, cause that's a whole nother process too. Like a lot of like what people don't know, and they they thinking I didn't even know that was a thing until I didn't know that was like it was a conversation of us being divorced. It's just insane.
Yeah.
But what they don't know is like my wife was their grace in a lot of ways. Like if I didn't have her to consider,
yeah,
like I would have been crashed out. And that's on everything I love, bro.
Yeah.
Like y'all wouldn't be breathing. And that ain't me talking, trying to be tough or none of that.
Yeah.
It's the God's honest truth.
Yep.
You would not be breathing. None of y'all.
Yeah. And see, for me, I'm not about that life, but you're talking about I had opportunities, Lavontraye, probably a week or two after I went live. I had opportunities to go live again and make another 100,000 view video. But it wasn't about that. And so people can talk about that I'm this, scorned lover. I was just trying to set myself free. What am I doing right now? There's a couple of things I'm doing right now. Why are you on here right now? Number one, I think certain things need to be on the public platform for a justice space. See, all this time you have been disparaged. But by me bringing you on my platform, it says to them publicly, I'm validating them. I'm doing it. You screwed it up. I'm doing it, and I'm going to do it in front of your face, and I'm going to present him back to you all and make you squirm. I think certain things need to be done, and people will not understand it. They'll call it petty. They'll call it all kind of things. But certain things have to be done a certain kind of way for the balance of it all.
Yeah.
For the balance of it all. Another point, there are so many yous out there and so many me's out there that need to understand, number one, speak out, and number two, you are going to get your butt beat for it. But don't worry about it. And what you're going to get beat on is frivolous stuff, not nothing He must have been gay. He must have wanted it. He must have, he's a scorned lover. He talks too loud. Speak out anyway. That's that. Number 3, I think that these YouTube streets need a little decency, need a little light and love, because it's heavy out here.
No,
but I'm operating strategically here. I'm operating in purpose, and you need to come on this platform, because this is home. It's home base. You need to be uplifted in home. I'll be darned, Tasha K do it, Daryl do it, but home don't do it. So this is called righting wrongs.
BT, I ain't think about it like that, man.
Oh yeah. Now one of the first things you do in my self-discovery is path. You got to go back home. Why did I have to go back home, come back to North Carolina after I dropped that video? Because I got to get some stuff right at the root. And a lot of times we try to run away from the issue, where we don't think that the reason why there's an issue is because something got wrong at the root. So what am I doing by putting the docuseries out? What am I doing when I put that February the 15th and 16th video out? I'm dealing with the root. So when I launch out this time, I launch out strong. And that's why I'm just saying, that's why Josh Merles, if you had any motive of leaving that network over there, because stuff is not right, but you left in peace, misleading the people, you are not going to prosper as much for that move. You will have to go back and do it the right way. No, watch. How I know, because I left. And I still had to come back 2 years later on February the 15th and do it the right way.
Yeah.
You don't mislead people. You don't hurt people like that. You don't do that. So I'll say again, Joshua Merles that lives in Texas, if you know in your heart that you left the NBN network because of what's going on, but then you gave that speech last night as if everything is peachy cream, you are a hypocrite, and them people's blood and money is still on your hands. Point blank, period. Yeah.
That made me think about, I think I started a point earlier and then finished it, about Chamaco. Like, Chamaco, man, I wouldn't, and I ain't even want to say that out loud, but if he lost his mind, it wouldn't shock me.
It's gone already.
Well, I mean, literally. Like, literally.
Like, visibly.
Like,
I mean, visibly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, where, like, if his mind slipped, it would not shock me, because, like, you are the person, like, you're the person that knows everything, but you're choosing to ignore it. You know how bad of a person Reed is. You know it because you experienced it. You know how bad of a person he is.
Correct.
But because you're benefiting from it, from who he is in this space, in the entertainment space where they are in life now, you knowing about him and having experiences and the history that you have with him, like, you should be the one. It shouldn't have had to be you. Like, he has way more information
than
way
both of us put together. Yeah. Let me tell you this. Chamaco, since I'm talking to people, hold on. Let me just do this real quick. Chamaco Bryant, you have played the role of nice guy and the number 2 guy all this time. And you think because you play that role well, you're going to be able to. That's not how that works. You are accountable for all you know, and your life is speaking that right now. You are not getting away, sir, because you got double trouble, especially what I found out the conversation you had with Lavontraye. The fact that you did not stop Reed in his tracks, the fact that you guys got on that camera January the 16th, 2023, crying on a no, that was a Monday. It was a Sunday. Yeah, a Monday, January the 16th. If I'm correct, 2023. Y'all was crying on that camera, on that live in Patreon, as if somebody had done y'all wrong, and Lavontraye, and y'all poured out all y'all heart and all this stuff. And you know how I know Lavontraye? Chamaco, because me and you had a conversation. And here's what me and you said. You said to me, or I said to you one, and you agreed. We know Larry did something. We don't know if he did all of what Lavontraye said, but we know he did something. Why do you feel like you're getting away with this? Because you're the nice second. You know you said it, and you know I know you said it. So you can say all day that I'm lying, but you know we had that conversation. And you are aiding and abetting Larry in lawsuits, defamation cases, lying to people to protect the money, and you think you're not gonna pay for this?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay. All right. Anybody else names? I need to get this off my chest because I no, and I need to say that out loud. It needs to be said as someone. I'm always the one doing it first when it comes to the crazy stuff. All right, I put the video out, so let me be a truth speaker right now. You are going to pay. Kendall the same. I don't know how much Kendall know, but he know enough. And the thing is, I'm not saying that you guys gotta do a video like I did, but in them backroom conversations, if you ain't saying what I said to Larry, which is whether you did it or not, you shouldn't have had a conversation with him. Leave that boy alone. Blood on your hands. All right.
This is the thing, Vincent. I've been saying this since the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
If what I've accused Reed of doing, if I'm lying,
Mm-hmm.
I am a terrible person, bro.
Absolutely.
If what I'm saying, I am an absolute horrible individual, and I am trying to destroy this man. If for what I'm saying is lying, I'm lying about it.
Same.
I have not lied about you.
Same.
So that's the grace on my life, because karmically, because I'm not lying on you.
Yeah.
I haven't lied on you at all. Nothing that I've said about you or accused you of doing to me was a lie.
Right.
And because of that, your response to the truth is why you're being judged, because you're not responding to truth the right way.
And who taught us that?
You, dumbass.
He did. Right. He is the one that taught us that. When the truth comes, you do not reject the truth. Now here we are. Listen, here we are living it. And then he's out here displaying this immature, low-level, low-vibrational thing going on, where he could have just shut up. As a platform like Larry Live, he could have came out and said, y'all can believe that if you want, and gone about his business.
Perfect example is this whole Diddy thing right now.
Correct.
Like, they settled the lawsuit with the 30 million. Right after that, he had his lawyer come speak out and say, my client paying this money isn't saying that he did anything, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then right after that, he says, he put Diddy post, and he says, people are trying to tear down my character, making all these lies and all that. Now, fast forward, this video comes out.
Correct.
And now you're sorry.
Now you want to
watch out.
That's
watch
right.
out, bro.
That's right.
That's right. That ain't
That's right.
All right, you're not sorry.
That's right. You're not sorry, because you could have just been honest in the first place, or did like I did for 2 years. Shut up.
Don't say nothing. Yeah.
From 2021 to 2023, you can't find a record of Vincent Hill saying anything against Lavontraye Andrews. Because it's better to shut up than to insert yourself in something that will harm yourself or lie. I didn't say nothing. Yeah, I was on. If they tell the truth, I was Lavontraye. I was scheduled to go on Conscious's show, so it wasn't like a guest. I was on the thing. I was scheduled to go on that show, and I said nope. I texted him. I said I can't do it. I can't do it. Nope.
You not being visible for as far as me and Ash were concerned. I said, Vincent, because you would be the one. Like if he was gonna have somebody speak, when they did that live and I didn't see you, I said, hold on.
Right.
That was a sign for me.
Right.
That was a sign for me. And so I always knew. Always knew, man.
Yeah. Anybody that know me know that when I didn't speak up, that 2023 and 2021, there was something else going on.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, something else going on. Yeah. Okay, we've been up here for 2 hours, and it looks like we could keep on going. Lavontraye, the producer said that I should apologize to you, and I said I'm not doing that because I already have. And it would be performative for these assholes out here who can't catch a clue. Just can't catch a goddamn clue. Jesus Christ. If I get one more, well, you should apologize to the victim. Okay. You mean to tell me you think I've done all of this, but can't say sorry?
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah, Lord, I forgot I'm in the people of God's house. I'm just a big cuss. Lavontraye, I appreciate. Look, this is what I'm talking about. Hold on. You know, and fair enough. She probably didn't know what I was about to say, Ness. I agree. Apologize, Vincent. Okay, but I think after my B clause, you should know where I was going with that. Yours truly. Somebody said something about money. I forget. Hey, can Traye summarize his story for about 10 to 15 minutes without interruptions? It would humanize the story even more and tell us what is the depth of his soul. You know, I love Paula Henry. Paula Henry almost got me out of trouble a couple of days ago. Absolutely. Do you want to do that, Lavontraye?
To summarize my story?
Yeah, hold on. I agree with the humanization part, but I don't know. Do you want to go through all that? Like the what happened, the who? I don't know.
It was like, I mean, it's a 2-hour interview on YouTube. I don't really get it.
I'm trying to think. I understand what she's trying to say, but I don't know.
I'm not interested in going into like details and all that basically in a nutshell, I was a kid that was fatherless.
Mm-hmm.
He came into my life presented as a father and manipulated the relationship in his interest. In a nutshell, that's what happened. You know, all the details are, you know, in the interview though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I get where you're going with that, Paula Henry. And I think sometimes it's hard to get down in your emotions, to feel all that, to be able to portray that ain't always easy. It's according to what day it is. You've been meditating. You've elevated to another space today to get all into that, to kind of produce this kind of emotion, to let people know you're a human, though would be great for messaging. Don't get me wrong. It ain't always feeble. I would have loved to come up here and perform differently, but it don't always happen that way. But
I think I understand why she presented it in that way as well. I think what was her name? Paula
Henry.
Paula. I don't think her intentions were bad, nothing like that.
No, I think Paula's good people. Yeah.
Yeah. I think at this point though, like if I'm needing to be humanized,
mm-hmm.
I think people just haven't been paying attention.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like if it's all there. You know what I'm saying? Like if me presenting in a certain way will make me a little more relatable or make my story more believable.
Yeah.
If that's what it takes at this point, I don't know what else to do.
Yeah. And there's going to always be people. Somebody had put in the comments, you was using Larry's money up until the culture is talking about me.
Yeah,
because people really believe that Larry was bankrolling me, and then as soon as the money stopped, then I started talking, and that goes to show, just like you're not listening. What I have learned about people who speak up is people want a salacious story so bad they will abuse the victim just to get it. People want to. It's crazy. People, that one, Odell Bradley, Terrill Hill, you got paid lovely by Larry. When the money stopped, you started talking. How do you know Odell?
You know him?
No, I don't know Odell. I don't know Odell just as much as I know the next person.
But this is a perfect example I'm talking about.
Yeah. Leave it up there. Leave it up there. Leave it up there. Yeah.
This is a complete stranger.
Correct.
Right? Don't know nothing about nothing.
Yeah.
All you know is what you see on the internet. And you get up here and speak definitively.
Yes.
As if you have conclusive evidence of what you're talking about, and you have no idea, bro.
No idea. And let me be clear.
No idea.
My day rate is $1,000 a day. You know how much money I made? Because see, Larry make me get into the details. You know how much money I made that month that I organized that conference in 2021? I made $5,000 that month. A conference of that magnitude, I worked about 2 weeks straight.
Wow.
I have been in the game long enough where you can't hire me unless you're paying me six figures in production. So Larry talking about he paid me $200,000. Of course he did. That's what my history says I'm worth that. So getting paid lovely as if I sat on my butt the whole time and he was just throwing me money. That Larry Reed Live platform was by my hands.
Yeah. And be clear, like I think it's all about angles. Like he tries to present angles. You didn't pay me. I earned $200,000.
Correct.
It's not like I'm charity. Like I gave you a service and you paid for it. Like,
yes. You see what I'm saying? And people don't know, right, Jennifer? They know Jennifer was there. They know how hard I worked that thing. I was on retainer for $5,000 a month, and I was working 3 different projects at the same time: a documentary, a reality show, and the Reformation Experience. So they have no idea. They have no ideas. So it'd be like that sometime. It'd be like that. But people think that money, why would I get up here and talk about, never mind. Odell, were you there? Most likely no. Do you know Vincent? It was like, you know. God bless you.
That's like them kind of cats, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like them, that was hard, bro. Because I be going to slap niggas, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like you don't know what you're talking about. Like what are you talking about? You just talking.
Right.
Like that was the part. It took me a while to get past them clowns, bro. Like what are you doing? Like, you have no idea what you're talking about. Like
that's a real thing.
Weird, man.
That's a real thing. I will say to all of you guys, and then we'll go. Be kinder to victims. And let me say this: you are not the decider on who is a victim or not. And it's probably better to just be quiet about it and let life do what life do than to disparage or not. Because how would you feel if you looked inside of us and you felt the pain we felt, and then you realize, oh my God, I've been commenting and talking and doing all of this, and those guys were really telling the truth. Or we could not be telling the truth, but you will never really know. So it's best to listen, learn lessons from it, make sure you don't put yourself in that situation, but keep it to yourself. I did not know up until February the 15th how much people live to disparage people who speak out. They get off on it. So that's the thing. All right, Lavontraye, I'm up out of here. I appreciate you, brethren. As you know, I'm here for you. Call me, text me, holler at me. I have a course coming up. For those of you guys that have been following February the 15th, February the 16th, the docuseries And Now, I have not been doing it blindly. I've been methodically leading you somewhere by way of you watching me go through this process. There are 50 of you that I want to help go through this process personally. There are 50 of you that I want to hand walk through this process for 6 weeks. And for 6 weeks, you're going to have 100% 24/7 access to me. You're going to be able to DM me inside of the Safe Space Private Community. I'm going to prioritize your DMs. We're going to go live inside of Zoom and sessions with 20 people or less. And we're going to start, and we're not going to stop until everybody has talked, everybody's been seen, everybody's been validated, everybody's been heard. And we're going to take our time and walk you through healing. If you want the link to sign up for it, go to Soul Healing, text Soul Healing, one word, no space, Soul Healing, SOULHEALING to 833-458-3658. If you're part of my email community, I'll be sending an email out tomorrow at 9:30, giving you the same opportunity. If you're already a part of Safe Space, use the code given to you for 22% off. All right. It's only 50, and I cannot wait to join you guys in this opportunity to hand walk you through the journey that I've gone through, that Lavontraye has gone through. All right, Lavontraye, do you got any last words before we go?
To you, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you being the person I believed you to be. Like that has a different kind of value to me these days. Like who I believed you to be when I was a teenager. With your journey, you have still concluded as that same person with going through all the transitions of your own journey. So I appreciate you for just being true, to that. That's what, like I said, what I decided you were. Being true to what I decided you were. I appreciate it, man. It was validating in a way that I can't even describe. And so I appreciate you for sure. For sure. Like I had that moment with you the other day. Like it's been 6 years for me. You know what I'm saying? Like thinking about it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like 6 years is a long time. And so
That's a long time.
Yeah. Like having random, like even like this is in a story. Somebody heard somebody say that like I was looking for clout at one point. I'm like, why in the hell would I look for clout from Larry Reed? Like he's a nobody in my world. like the world that I like, he's a nobody. Like
you say, you probably heard my story on Larry Reed. Who's Larry Reed?
Yeah, don't like. So like, why would I reach for him for like So but I've had people come up to me, like me and my wife were eating a couple weeks ago, and somebody randomly comes up to me, and they're like, "I really hope you get the justice you deserve." Like that kind of like complete like that kind of stuff.
Right.
That man, who wants to deal with that, bro? like I appreciate it, but Jesus Christ, So yeah, man, it's been tough. I've had my moments, but again, I just wanted to publicly say that to you. I appreciate you, man.
And let me say this to you. I wouldn't listen to no interviews. I wouldn't listen to nothing. I know people don't believe me. I really don't be fooling up with nobody. I'm gonna get off this live. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna talk to the producer, and I'm gonna get lost because that's what I do. So, but the producer had me look at a video of yours, and you spoke so well of me in that interview. And I can't tell you how validating that was, because you and another person I won't name because they don't want their name in these things, are the only ones that truly and publicly honored me for all I did for y'all. And I always felt like I did the hard work, but they always got the credit. So knowing that I didn't speak up, knowing that I had got back with them in 2021, to hear you still speak of me with that kind of honor, it moved me. It really did. And so I say to you, thank you for having patience while I worked through my thing and got myself together to find my voice. Thank you for having patience. I appreciate that.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah. All right, brethren. All right. Again, text soul healing. I'm telling you, I've been hearing some zings in my ear of people signing up. There's only 50 slots left. Well, there's only 50 slots, period. I want you guys, if you so choose, to go text soul healing to okay, yeah, and it's moving. It's moving. Yeah. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this opportunity. Text soul healing to 833-458-3658. This did not, we were supposed to have a different kind of conversation, but you know what I'm going to believe?
Like that. Yeah.
I'm going to believe it happened the way it's supposed to happen. Okay. And I believe the message hit the way it's supposed to hit. All right. All right. Victims victimize victims and attack people who expose abusers. You're correct, Daryl. Correct. Lavontraye, so impressed with your spirituality. You are so emotionally involved. I love that. I love that. Y'all won. I love that for real. And thank you. You're welcome, Tony Ross. Back in the day, music videos and now. Hey, God, you got to breathe to get that one out. You're welcome. I'm just cutting up, Tony. The conversation was it perfect? Okay, good. And let me say this, Paula Henry. I want to be clear. I know you ain't mean no harm. Paula, yeah, I don't know you, but I sense you're good people, and you saved me from getting in trouble Wednesday, so I owe you one anyway, because I was about to be messy. All right. Oh, thank you, Lude Dimplex. No disrespect, but I call BS. Why did Traye tell Chamaco over? Oh, hold on a second. No, she didn't pay money. That is so funny. It got my attention too.
I want you to see this.
Oh my God, got me. Lord, do I love money like that? Okay, no disrespect, but I call BS. Why did Traye tell Chamaco over Vincent?
What do you mean she called BS? I don't get it. Well, what would be the BS?
Well, let me say this. You guys, in order to understand Traye's story, you got to listen to my story. In order to understand my story, you got to listen to Traye's story. I was made to not be talked to.
Yeah.
Chamaco, it wasn't like that. And let me tell you what would happen. If I was being too nice to Traye, Damien, and Santel, Larry would text me and accuse me of trying to do something sexually with them. Let me be clear.
I didn't know that until recently.
Yeah.
I know.
The reason I was so hard on y'all was because I remember one time we were doing something with some facial cream. We were like washing our face together. We were doing something, just having a good time, you know? And Larry said, what y'all doing? I said, we trying out this face. Well, it was you, me, and Damien. We trying out this face cleanser. You in there trying to touch them boys? So I had to be.
That's crazy.
But it was my job to watch over them. Yeah. So Lady Dimples, I hope you're hearing this. It was my job to watch over them. So in order to watch over them without having to be accused of touching them or doing something misappropriate that was not appropriate, the only way to do it was to be mean. That way Larry could see it. No, leave it up there, BB. I want to give her the $20 worth of shine that she
100%
needs.
She earned it.
Yeah. Let's give her $20. So I get it. It was ranks. Oh, okay. Got it. So if Lavontraye would have came to me, it was not supposed to be that way. It was not supposed to be that way. So,
so I know we got to go, but to give that more of a perspective also, like Reed with Vincent, like he would expose Vincent's imperfections to us. Like he would communicate, like, oh, he crazy, he has mental illness, he has all these things. And so it was a weird dynamic of like the relationship. Like he's mentoring us, but it's also like, okay, but you crazy. Like, you know what I mean? At the same, so it was like that double-edged sword kind of thing going on.
Right. And I told that story, and it's true that there's something that I did. I really snapped one time, and I should have snapped. All the pressure I was on, and instead of him covering me, and I didn't know until, because Lavontraye came in my private community. Lavontraye told the story. I didn't even know that he told Lavontraye, and Lavontraye was a teenager, and I was an elder in the church. And it was a moment where he gaslit me and made me feel like I was crazy, and I broke and I reacted. And in that reaction, I was embarrassed. And I'm thinking only a couple of people know. And he was over there at Chamaco in the house or wherever he was doing it, literally telling Lavontraye that he over there crazy. He done lost his mind.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you what's evil about that. He knew the reason why my mind was lost.
Right.
But yet,
yeah,
that's evil.
Yeah,
That's
man.
evil.
Yeah.
And so so there was and he did everybody, he did Mako like that. And he still do Mako and Kendall like that to this day. He big them up on one hand and tear them down with jokes and just, Mako this and that, Kendall, Kananchi and all this kind of stuff to make sure that people stay in their space. So Lavontraye, by design, Lavontraye told the right person, because that person is the holder of all the secrets.
Yeah.
So this wasn't just me making up stories. This man was a master manipulator and controlled every being in that church. I don't know. I'm gonna say this in a hush. I don't know if I said this in the documentary or not, but anybody that crossed the threshold, in my opinion and experience, any person that crossed the threshold of breakthrough has been manipulated or gaslit, at least by Larry Reed.
For sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I never thought about it because I already know the case. And if Lavontraye would have came to me and I would have went to Larry, then what Larry would have said to me was, why he coming to you about that? Why did he go to Mako? What kind of conversation you been having with him? Yep.
What?
I'm trying to tell you, if I'm lying, God strike me down.
Wow, man.
You would not believe how much he rolled me, to the point, I'll say this, it was therapy that made me stop doubting myself. One time I was talking to my therapist, and I was going over all these things, and she screamed at me, "He was projecting on you, Vincent," and it got my attention.
Yeah.
All this time I thought I was this sex-craved lust bucket that as soon as I leave Larry, I was going to be running the streets, having sex with everybody. I'll never forget Lavontraye laying in my bed in 2018 when I moved out. It was maybe about 2 months later, and it hit me. I said, hold on. I'm in my bed, minding my business. Like, it took life to prove to me who I was, because that man did his work to make sure that I did not believe in myself. And that's real. That's real.
I think that's why that when you was talking about healing and you said acceptance, man, that hit hard, man.
Yeah.
That hit hard because that's really what you have to do, bro. I believe like we're first in a relationship with the universe first. So from that relationship, like any relationship outside of that, the experience of that relationship is a direct result of our relationship with ourselves. Like what we allow to, like the experience we allow people to have with us, or we have with others.
Yeah.
Is a sign of the relationship that we have with ourselves.
Correct.
So like how I see me is why you're able to abuse me.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct. Your self-esteem. If you want to say, am I being abused right now? You might feel like you might be on the edge thinking, this might be abuse, it might just be how it is. Ask yourself this question: how do I feel about me? If you know you have low self-esteem, if you know you don't see yourself properly in a positive light, back away until you figure it out. Leave that church, listen. If he really loves you, he'll let you take a couple of weeks off to figure yourself out. Because you very well might be under the strong hand of abuse. That's why I tell people in my soul healing sessions, Lavontraye, believe in yourself. they teach in religious spaces, like deny yourself, believe in God. But that is a prime way to be abused and manipulated, because you got your belief in something out there that you can't quantify, and the thing in here that can be quantified is empty. So who feels it? Pastor. Who feels it? Prophet. Who feels it? Spiritual mama.
Wow.
And then they run your life. And most, Lavontraye, don't make it out. But I even got to see you in a new light because you made it out. You made it out. And I know y'all can't stand Larry, but let me tell you this. There's a lot of Larry victims out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Larry. Larry is not the only one. So, yeah.
That reached out to me, so we clear like that. I'm not just saying that. Like, there are people that haven't spoke publicly that have reached out to me and have actually, I feel like my storyline is the least of them. Like, my storyline, it's way worse.
Yeah.
Like, way worse. So,
Oh, yeah. Because it didn't go as far as it was supposed to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's the grace of God. All right. I keep on getting the thing. I keep on getting the nastygram by the producer that's running today's show. It's 2.5 hours. It's 1 a.m. and all the things. Thank you guys.
1 a.m. Jesus Christ.
No, when he said that, I was like, oh God, I gotta go. All right. God bless you all. One more time. I'm gonna be pushing this. Larry is a sex addict, like a typical narcissist too. I don't know. I don't know if it's sex. I think sex is, for a lot of people use sex to get power. What I do believe in my experience, what Larry was on the prowl for was power, and he used people to siphon it. That's a whole nother conversation for another day.
100%,
but energy exchange is real. And okay, we'll talk about it another day. All right. Text Safe Space to 833-458-3658 if you want to be a part of the Heal Within Soul healing session. 6 straight weeks. We're going to rock and roll and do all the things, all right? I will be like, what's today, Thursday? Unless I do a pop-up, I'll see y'all next week. All right, God bless you, Lavontraye. God bless all of you guys. Text the link inside of the video description box of this video for all things Terrill Hill. I'll be sending an email out at 9:30 tomorrow morning. Join Safe Space for 7 days for free. Text Safe Space is 833-458-3658 if you want to be a part of the Soul Healing Sessions. All right, y'all be blessed. Bye.
So as it is with Puffy, the same thing will start happening within the Christian faith. God is giving his people divine justice. Every scandal to be uncovered. Do not be surprised what you're about to see. Don't be surprised. God is tired of the nonsense. God is saying, do not be surprised that over the next 5 to 10 years, and even starting in 2024, that there shall be a great falling away, because there shall be leaders who were once great. They're going to fall to nothing.
I hope you enjoyed today's show. I really, really, really want to connect with you, all right? I would love for you to join our email community. In the description box of this video is a link. You click it, put your name and email address in the information, press submit, and you are going to be a part of our email community. But guess what? You got to check your spam box because there's a double opt-in. So you got to confirm that you truly meant to sign up. So as soon as you sign up, about 3 minutes after, check your spam box and let these people know this ain't spam. Would you like to be notified every time we go live? There's a simple way to do that. Join our free text club. All you got to do is text Terrill Hill to this number, 833-458-3658. You just text it. Text Terrill Hill to 833-458-3658. I am gifted to help people become their best self, and I want to offer you a free consultation. There has never been one person that has had a free consultation with me that did not leave better than when they came, all right? All of that information I just went over is in the description box connected to this video.